Hello everyone, my name is KenBroTech. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to download and install VS Code on your Windows 10 machine. So we are going to go into a browser, which is Google Chrome, and we are just going to do Google search VS Code. So just a quick information, and I think this is from Wikipedia. So it says VS Code is a free source code editor made by Microsoft for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So definitely, all the operating systems, VS Code has you covered, and it is open source as well. So we'll click on the first link, and that's code.visualstudio.com. We click on this. It takes us to the home page. There are some few things we can read over here, but then I'll click on download for Windows, and that's a stable build. I'm going to click on this button, and it brings us to this particular page. And as you can see, the downloading starts over here, but I can take time to read some few things over here. So one good thing about VS Code is it is flexible in the sense that it gives you the opportunity to download extensions that increases your productivity. So as far as these extensions are concerned, you can see these are some of the top extensions that a lot of programmers use, and they have an extension for Python, an extension for C and C++, and quite a number of things. There's an extension for Live Server, which I've been using quite recently, and there's Pedia, which helps make your code easy to read or things like that. So now we have VS Code. We'll click on this and go into the folder, which is in our download. This is our VS Code. So we'll double click on it, and the installation wizard is going to appear. Okay, so it says it gives us a licensing agreement, which you will definitely need to accept, but then you can take time to read the few things over here. Then you click on next. Then there's a path in which is going to do the installation. It's going to actually go into a C drive, which is by default the preferred location. You don't have to change it, and gives you some kind of information over here. We'll click on next. Then the question is, do you want to create a shortcut menu? Of course, I do want to have a shortcut menu. But then if I should check on this, it means I don't want. But then since I want, I'll click on next. Then I'll probably check on all these options I have over here. Then I'll click on next. Then install. It will take some few seconds, probably a minute or two, depending on your computer and how slow or how fast it is. All right, so as you can see, we have VS Code installed. At this point, I'm going to close this window over here, and I'm going to hide this as well. So as you can see, we can just click on finish, and once we have this checked, it's going to launch it. But more importantly, we have the VS Code icon on our desktop, which you can also launch it from the end. So I'll click on this. Okay, so we have VS Code opened up over here. So for first timers, this is what you're going to see. There are some few things that you can take time to read. Click this part off. So now basically this is going to be the area in which you're going to type in your code. And on the left hand side, there are some few buttons over here. And also on the top, there are some buttons over here you can explore. One of the things you'll be dealing with most of the time is with a terminal. And you can click on this. It gives you a drop down, and you click on a new terminal. Now clicking on a new terminal is going to open up a terminal at the bottom by default. So you can drag this a little bit, and you can see some of the things you'll be doing over here. So this is a command line interface. You can be running codes from here. This is a debug console. Depending on the application or the kind of things you are doing, you may need this one way or the other. And this outputs and problems, and as you can see, no problems have been detected in the workspace so far. All right, so that's with a terminal. Then when you click on the file, I think I should have started from here. When you click on the file, it's almost like any Windows application. You have the option to start a new file, or new window, open file, folder, workspace, and things like that. So these are pretty much self-explanatory things that you would need to see over here. hopefully when we go into programming, which I'll be making videos very soon, I'll be exploring some of these areas very soon. So having gone through the interface, you can also look at the edit section over here. When you click on it, it gives a drop down. So basically the basic things, undo, redo, and they all have their shortcuts over here. So Control Z for undo and Control Y for redo, like all pretty much Windows application programs. Then you have cut, paste, and things like that. So basically these are things you may not be that may not be too strange to you, even for first timers. Then there are some few things over here, but before anything, let me just go on to create a simple program and see how using VS Code is going to work for us. So at the very top over here, at the Explore button, I'm going to click on Explore. I'm going to click on Open Folder. Normally, you'd want to organize all your files, all your work, your documents in a particular folder. So I'll click on Open Folder. There's my default directory, and I'd want to create a new folder over here. So I'll name this VS Code. So once I have VS Code selected, I'll just click on Select Folder. And now VS Code has been selected. So as you can see, this is a VS Code, and inside here, there's nothing in there. I just created a folder. So I'll close this once again and click on this. So basically when you hover around this icon, new file, as you can see, then this one is also new folder. So I would want to just create a new file. I'll just click on this and name my file test.py. So basically I'm creating a Python file. Now, if you should do this for the first time on your machine, you are probably not going to see this Python icon over here. Remember, I already have extensions installed. So these extensions are pretty much doing the work for me. So let's say if I should create another one, and let's say test.html, you can see that I have the HTML icon attached to my file. If I should create another one and say test.css, if your guess is as good as mine, it's going to give. So any file, so let's say if I do test dot let's say JS, it's going to give me the JavaScript. And this is the work of an extension. By default, it doesn't work this way. Later on, I'm going to show you some of the extensions I use so that you can also have this nice interface. But basically, we are going to create a Python file. So this is a window. So you can close Windows as you have it this way. Now, I'm just going to give out the print command. And let's say I'll do hello world. And I'll save this. So basically, if I should keep on typing, you can see that. So as you can see, we have this whitish, roundish button over here, which indicates that you have one unsaved file. So the moment I do Control S on my machine, you can see that it is saved, and I can now run this over here. Okay, so in order to run this is actually going to be printed in the terminal window. And like I showed you, I can click on this and open new terminal. And whatever I'm running over here is going to be printed in this terminal window. So when I do run Python file in terminal, when I click on this button, it is going to run my program over here, and that's what you see over here. So thank you very much. This is going to be the end of this video. This video was basically to show you how to download and install VS Code on your Windows 10 computer. Later on, I'm going to show you how to install some extensions, the ones that are going to work very nice for you, very good for you, and is going to increase your productivity, as I said. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.